Hi everybody, welcome back for day 15 of the Every Bit Counts challenge. So I am going to get to that canning project today, and it involves a zucchini. I have been wanting to try the pineapple zucchini recipe from the National Center of Home Food Preservation. I will link that below, for quite some time. And I am completely out of pineapple, and pineapple has not been on sale, and I cannot grow it here in Ohio. So I'm going to try this. Some people call it mock pineapple as well. So hopefully we will all love it. I'll get my family to try it without telling them what it is, probably. Well, except for my husband, because he'll probably watch this and he'll know. I'm going to cube this because that's the way I would use it most. You can shred it. So I'm going to get these peeled and cubed up, and we'll start on canning. I would say one drawback to using more mature zucchini is that you lose a bit taking out these seeds. I mean, that's not going to look anything like pineapple, and the texture might not be great. So, though you can obviously use up those extra large zucchinis that you get, you are going to have to remove these seeds unless you just really don't care. I've got them all cut up. I think the yellow ones will look more like pineapple, obviously, but peeling them, the other ones aren't so green. I actually had to go out to the garden and pick one more zucchini to make it be enough, and I went ahead and harvested the rest of my cucumbers because I'm planning on making pickles too. And I had 13.3 pounds of cucumbers out there, and I have already canned, I don't even know, I'd have to count again, I think close to 30 quarts of pickle slices. So I was going to do pickle spears. My child loves pickles, so no problem. But wow, cucumbers are doing great. All right, I'm going to mix this with pineapple juice, sugar, and lemon juice, and then it has to simmer for 20 minutes. I already have my jars and canner going to get those hot. So maybe I'll start prepping the cucumbers. These jars are hot from being inside the canner. And we're supposed to fill them up to a 1/2 inch head space with our mixture. Oop, I guess I didn't need that last little bit. Right, got some water, vinegar, not water. Wipe this rim. Got washed lids. All right, I'm gonna put this in the canner and keep on going. It's time to take the pineapple zucchini out of the canner. I went ahead and cut up a bunch of cucumber spears so I can turn those into pickles. Once I get these out, I'm going to get my jars hot and we'll start loading those up. So let's get these out. Here it is. Here they are. There are 6 pints of the pineapple zucchini, plus there are 2 jars of the juice that was left over that I canned, and this one will go in the fridge. I'm actually going to just make sure, check and make sure that those juices are a safe canning practice. I didn't want to just throw it away, but I'm excited to try these. It's the last jar and I hadn't brought you along. So this is the 7th wide mouth quart that I am putting in the canner for pickle spears. we wait. While we're waiting for that canner of pickle spears to come to temperature to a boil and set the timer, we're going to go ahead and snap these green beans so that we can blanch them and freeze them. Now I prefer canned green beans. I guess it's just what I'm used to, but I will put these in some soups and things that I make that cook for a long time so that they get soft. So that's what we'll use these for. Let's get started. So I'm just going to snap these just like you would for canning. And I'm just going to snap them right into this colander, because this little colander, it's actually for my Instant Pot, but it fits right down inside the pot I'm going to use to blanch, so it makes it really easy to dip it down in and then dip it in some cold water. So I'll get all of these done and then show you how much I have when I get them all snapped. Just realized that somebody may have seen me snapping this and I'm like, what kind of green bean is that? So this is a dragon tongue bush bean. I like them, but once they're cooked, those pretty purple stripes aren't on there anymore. I also have a few of these burgundy something or others, and they're green on the inside too. And they turn green when cooked. So I'm just gonna put these all in together. This is what I got. I have this salted boiling water here. Just gonna drop this in here for a few minutes. And then I have cold water in the sink behind us. Pop that in there. I'll let it dry a little bit. And then I'm gonna vacuum seal them and put them in the freezer. I think I will separate this into 2 bags. I have an extra one here just in case. I'm just kind of eyeballing it for what I know I use these for with some soups. Yeah, I'm gonna need that other bag. So that makes 3 of these. That's great. 3 soups that I will enjoy over this winter. I'm gonna seal this other one. It's kind of full. I'm like pushing the limits with that. All right, we have a few more minutes left on our pickles, and then I think we will be done with our preserving today. All right, it's time to take the pickles out of the canner. Here's our 7 quarts of pickle spears. These will sit here for 12 to 24 hours, and then I will wash them off, label them, and put them in the pantry. That is gonna do it for day 15. I did double check, and canning the resulting leftover juice from the pineapple, zucchini, and other things with the same headspace and same timing is a safe canning practice. So that'll be great. I can use that as pineapple juice for some recipes and things like that. Appreciate you guys coming along. See you tomorrow for day 16. It's time to harvest cucamelons. So excited. I'm gonna pick a bunch of these and we're gonna pickle them. They're good fresh too. Kind of lemony. Yum. Welcome back for day 16 of the Every Bit Counts challenge. I have a couple projects we're gonna do together today. One of them is putting all of these tomatoes through my squeeze-o and then freezing the puree so that I can make and can sauce later. I have mostly San Marzano in here. There's, I think it's called Pink Tiger. A friend sent me the seeds. I've never grown those before. They're a grape tomato, so I'm gonna put them in with these. And there's a couple Amish pastes. Then I have some peppers from my garden. Whoops. I'm gonna slice these and freeze them for fajitas and things. And then I'm so excited. Look what I've harvested today. So this is probably just gonna be like a pint. There is so many more out there that will be ready really soon. So I'm gonna have to go out there and pick every day, which is no problem. But we're going to just clean these up and do a refrigerator pickle for them. Those are gonna be delicious. I might do something with these, or I don't know. I'm trying to decide with these cherry tomatoes. And then I got a few more ground cherries, so we're gonna take the hulls off of those and put them with the others. So I think that's it, unless I find something else, so let's get started. I gave these a quick rinse in the colander. Just sometimes they have like still have the little flour piece on the end, so I try to just knock some of those off. And I just mixed up a little bit of a pickle mix that I like. There we go. In a couple of days, those will be so good. Usually, these are so prolific. When I've grown them before, intentionally, these were volunteers that I just threw in something, and so I'm really happy. I know I'll have more, but usually I'm pickling like a half a gallon jar at a time. So that's the first pint of the year. I'm really excited about those. I usually end up with a couple half-gallon jars in the fridge that we just munch on. They're really good. Just straight off of the vine or cold from the fridge too. Those are really good. So let's get these hauled and put in the freezer. Here is today's haul of ground cherries. This isn't a lot, but I didn't get out there first thing in the morning like I've been trying to beat those cardinals. It's still good, and this will go in the freezer. I'm gonna get these peppers washed up and the tomatoes washed and cut in half so it'll fit through the food mill. This is all of the paste tomatoes that we're gonna put through the squeeze-o. It's not a lot. I usually do more than this, but it's what I have that's right now, and every bit counts. So after I cut up these bell peppers, we'll go over to the squeeze-o and get those done. I'm not gonna save the seeds from any of these peppers because I have several different kinds, and these were all flowering at the same time. The Sugar Rush peach that I saved the other day, it was the very first one to produce, so we'll see what happens with that. But I don't want to save any of these sweet peppers and have next year's turn out to be cross-pollinated with a hot pepper, especially because I have habaneros and Sugar Rush peach growing in my garden. That would not be nice to my family who does not like spicy stuff. I'm going to be using these for fajitas, so I'm going to kind of divide these up into 3, I think. Kind of try to equal it out. That'll do it. And I'm just gonna vacuum seal these. We really like to do something we call fajita quesadillas. You know, this is not true Mexican food, so don't come at me. But, you know, we just take chicken, put some fajita seasoning on it. We have these peppers and onions, and then we throw some pineapple in. And then we toast up some flour tortillas on the grill, put that all in there with some cheese and get it nice and crispy. We really like that. I do put the pineapple juice into with the chicken and the peppers, so it's sweet. It's really nice. All right, I have these 3. Get those vacuum sealed. I also have a little bit from some that I cut up the other day, and I want to go ahead and freeze that, so I have another bag here. I will use that and then meal some other day. All right. All right, these are all vacuum sealed and ready for the freezer. I'm so excited to cook a meal with these. However, I am completely out of chicken other than I think I have 2 packets of thighs. So it will be another 6 weeks before we harvest our chickens. So it'll be that long before we eat chicken again. We eat a lot of chicken in our family. So let's get these tomatoes going, and I think we're gonna be done. I'm gonna leave those cherry tomatoes since I'm not 100% sure that I want to dehydrate more. We'll see. I recruited a helper, so she's gonna help, I don't know, either use the drill or load the tomatoes into the squeeze-o. So she'll be in it just a minute. Well, now I have 2 helpers, so they're going to do it while I watch. This drill makes it so much easier. Oh, is the drill? Okay, yes, yes. All right, we've got about half of a gallon pitcher. I'm gonna put that in a Ziploc bag, and that will go to the chickens and the compost. I've got the puree all bagged up. That's gonna go in the freezer. So we've got our ground cherries, our cucamelons, and all of these bell peppers. That's gonna do it for day 16. I'm loving how all of these things are adding up for many, many meals for my family for the rest of the year. We'll see you back tomorrow for day 17. Hi everybody, welcome back for day 17 of the Every Bit Counts Challenge. Today, one of the things we'll be doing is these potatoes. They are fresh from my garden. I just washed them off. I need to peel them and cut them into similar sizes, and then we're going to can them. It's something that I've been wanting to try for a while, and I just haven't done it, and I figured what's best than my own garden potatoes to give this a try. It won't be a whole canner load. This is about 12.5 pounds, but we're gonna can it in pints and see how many we can get. I have my ball book here. That's the recipe I'm gonna follow, but honestly, I looked at the National Center for Home Food Preservation, and the method is pretty much exactly the same. It says white potatoes, but you can safely use others as well. These are white potatoes, these are red potatoes. So I may try to keep them separate or just mix them together. It really doesn't matter. So let's get started with this. Oh, I also have some yogurt that I made that I need to package up and take some and freeze it for future starters for more yogurt. So that is something I'm saving for the future. So let's get started. Peeling these is going to take me a bit, but if they are really soft, since they were just harvested, they haven't been cured, so that is going to make it a little bit easier. I'm going to peel them and put them in water, and then I'm going to go through when I'm all done and cut them into similar sizes. I'm going to rinse them between each step, because the more starch you can remove from them, the better end product you'll have. At least that's what I've been reading. So I'm not gonna have you sit here and watch me peel 12.5 pounds of potatoes. I'll show you when I'm all done. They're all peeled. Now it's time to cut them up. They're all diced and into this pot. So now I have to boil these for a couple of minutes, and then we'll drain, fill the jars with the potatoes and fresh hot boiling water and can them. I'm really excited about this. These are almost done boiling. I just had to boil them for 2 minutes. Once they're done, I'm going to take them off and drain the water, and we'll put fresh boiling water, which I have here, into the jars with the potatoes. But I wanted to say, you know, I love having a stove that does not have a low hanging hood range or microwave above it, because it makes it so much easier to use all of the burners for canning. In my old house, there was a microwave mounted below, and it's like and it had the knobs, and right here, it made it very difficult to can on more than one burner. Alexa, stop. Anyway, just my 2 cents. If you're building a home, you know, changing a range, whatever. I have 11 pints in the canner already, and I still have room for some more with some more potatoes here. So I thought I would show you me jarring it up, even though this isn't like a how to can potatoes video. I am using pints just because that's what I wanted to do for this project. You can do quarts. They have quarts, I think, are 40 minutes. Pints are 35 minutes. Both need a 1-inch head space. So I'm just filling this up with potatoes with a generous 1-inch head space, and then filling it with the fresh boiling water, debubbling, which I use a little chopstick. Now you can put salt in this, and the instructions will tell you how much salt depending on what size you're using, but it is optional. So whenever salt is optional, I always leave it out, because I'm going to season my food when I cook it. So I'm going to take a little bit of water out of that. That's perfect. For today, I'm right next to my sink, and I have hot water in the sink with my jars in there to keep them warm, since we're putting hot potatoes, did you ever play that? Hot potato, in boiling water in there, so you don't want to have thermal shock. this might end up being a full canner yet. I'll finish this up and let you know. All right, I've got 15 pints. I'm gonna put the lid on, get that up to a boil, let it vent for 10 minutes, and then we'll put the weight on to process it for 35. I'll show you it when I pull them out of the canner. I'm packing up my yogurt, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my starter put in this bowl. I always use one like this. And before I would measure it out, and now I don't because I know about how much should be in there for the amount of yogurt that I do at one time. And this will stay good in the freezer for a long time. I will put the date on it just in case, you know, if I have multiples in there, I'll use the, you know, the oldest first. But then each time I make yogurt, I just put this in there, and that's my starter. I don't have to buy store-bought yogurt ever again. The potatoes are done, ready to come out of the canner. Look at that. I'm so excited for that. So there's 15. I'm gonna go ahead and get them all out of the canner. There they all are. So pretty. That's gonna do it for day 17. We'll see you tomorrow for day 18. God bless. Hi everybody, welcome back for day 18 of the Every Bit Counts challenge. I just brought these cucumbers in from the garden and washed them, and I'm gonna cut up as many as will fit in this half-gallon jar to make some refrigerator pickles. Honestly, these aren't gonna be for long-term storage, but I do have some others in the fridge, and I have a party coming up where people really like these, so I just wanna make some extras, and it's still preservation. Every bit counts, right? So let's get started. For these, I'm just going to use this crinkle cutter. It apparently is from Pampered Chef, but it was a bonus thing. It came along with my husband when I married him 15 years ago. So I'm just gonna kind of roughly slice these with this. They're kind of thick, but that's good. They're gonna be nice, thick, crunchy pickles. I'll get this filled and then we'll put some brine on it. Here it is, all full of the brine. I am gonna leave that lid off and let it cool a little bit before I put it in the refrigerator. I've got the date on it since I do have a lot of pickling things going on. So that's gonna do it for day 18. We will probably see you back for day 19, but it might be day 20 because day 19, my mama is coming. And if I feel like just being with her and not doing even the smallest Every Bit Counts challenge, that's what I'm gonna do. And I know you guys would want me to do that too. I hope you guys have a great day. Until next time, God bless.